Welcome back. We've been joined in the program by a publisher, journalist, former presidential aspirant, and a top politician in Nigeria. Chief Dele Momodu joins us virtually. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and how are you today?
Very well. It's good to see you all in a very patriotic attire. It's Nigerian fabric and it's green, so it's beautiful to see. You always represent. But and then let's start with party politics and the recent one. So just barely, I think that should be about 48 hours ago, we saw that INEC has finally recognized the David Mark-led ADC, Aregbesola Rauf, the former governor of Osun State, the national secretary. So we saw on INEC's website that they are now recognized. So everybody had felt that this is in the can. Let's now see how they can put their acts together and begin to position themselves to be a formidable opposition. Not yesterday we saw a court judgment. Initially we saw just one page of the relief sought in that ex parte, and some people went to town to say, oh, they should stop parading themselves. But when we saw the full document, we understand that the honorable judge said he's refusing that ex parte, but has fixed an adjournment for them to come and, say, defend on why that ex parte should not be granted and all of that. What do you make of this back and forth?
Well, I mean, immediately INEC decided to recognize the NWC of ADC. I predicted, I said some people, some busybodies are going to rush to court again. It has become their stock in trade. It's obvious that the ruling party is jittery. The ruling party does not want any strong competition in 2027 in particular. They are not too bothered about the governors and the rest of them. But they want a sole candidate. If possible, all political parties would rise up and endorse one man, and that is the president and commander-in-chief. So I was not surprised yesterday when the news broke again that these guys are on their way to court. We all know what is going on. There's nothing wrong with anybody going to court if you are aggrieved. But unfortunately, they should have known that the conveners of ADC, the conveners worked extremely hard behind the scene to arrive at where we are now. They took their time. They knew the government agents would attempt to thwart their efforts like they have done in Labour, like they are doing in PDP, like they are doing in NNPP, creating factions everywhere. So, but the gentlemen and ladies who worked on ADC, you must salute them. They are very experienced people, well-exposed politicians. So they tried to tighten all the screws. And it was a surprise. You could see they were doing abracadabra over time. People thought they were going to SDP. When Malam Nasiru El-Rufai declared for SDP, everybody said, oh, it's clear. The coalition or the opposition will go into SDP. Then just about a week or so before ADC, then we were hearing about ADA. People were saying, oh, yes, we're going to use cutlass and everything. And then suddenly, bam, ADC came. So I wasn't shocked. I wasn't surprised. The truth of the matter is that those who should be in the know, the real stakeholders, know everything that is being planned to frustrate ADC. And so far, there are many steps ahead of that frustration. It's a shame. It's a shame that a day will come after all we went through in the military era. that a civilian government would not want democracy to prosper. Many people died for this democracy. We never anticipate the day when a few people will want to hijack it just for their own personal use. And that's what's happening. If you see PDP, PDP has not been able to move forward. I cannot even say PDP is in a state of inertia right now. It keeps going backwards. Whenever they think, okay, they found a solution, one man will stand up and frustrate them. And they boast openly that they can use the judiciary, they can use INEC. So now INEC has failed, their attempt to use INEC has failed. So the next one will be the judiciary. And I hope the judiciary will be bold enough. There's nothing to be afraid of. People in the judiciary should live for legacy, should know that their children and grandchildren and others unborn will live in this Nigeria. So if you destroy Nigeria, look at all those who destroyed Nigeria in the past, where are they today? So for me, I will only appeal to the judiciary that do not fall for their temptations and do not fall for their coercion.
Well, Chief, it's interesting to see you refer to, you said one man in the PDP who is causing a lot of distortion in that party, and some would say that man used to be friends with you. But now that you're pointing fingers at the ruling APC as trying to perhaps cause some sort of disruptions within your party, the 2023 presidential candidate of the ADC, Dumebi Kachuku, perhaps should be referred to as a stakeholder in your party. So I'm surprised that he is one person who has kicked against some of you and your friends who have been in the corridors of power for about 4 decades now, joining the party. In fact, he has described you and other members of the party as enemies of Nigeria who are determined to drag the nation backward. Is that true?
Well, maybe happens to be my very dear brother. I call him Aburo, he calls me Ebon. And I reached out to him. I went to his office to speak to him. He gave me his reasons why he is fighting, but they are not things I can put in the public domain. But I just want to make one correction. Being a former presidential candidate does not make you the sole owner of a party. Otherwise, even our Oga, former governor, Peter Obi, and former Labour Party presidential candidate will not be where he is right now, where they've turned him into a floater in Labour Party. I was a presidential candidate in 2011 on the platform of the National Conscience Party, which was a party that was co-founded by the great lawyer, Chief Gani Fawehimi. Gani Fawehimi did not own NCP. There are others who have contested on other platforms, even as powerful as Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is one of the most influential politicians in Nigeria today. He cannot lay claim to be the sole owner of NMGP. So even Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who is probably the most experienced politicians around today, since the time of SDP in 1993, when he stepped down for Chief Moshood Abiola, he never claimed to be the owner of PDP. So I don't know where this new sense of entitlement has come from, where Nigerian politicians will say, no, we will not agree, we are the funders. Some people funded PDP. Today, they've lost control of PDP. That's the truth. And in fact, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar was one of those who funded PDP at the beginning. Whenever he was aggrieved, a good Democrat would let his party be. Now, suddenly, ADC has become a very prosperous political association. I'm not using the word party because it's an association of like an amalgamation, association of so many different political groups and interests. So, with all due respect to my friend and brother Dumegui, he knows we've come way back and I love him. And I've told him, don't let anybody use your head to break coconut. It is not necessary. If you are agreed, if there are things you want for your party, don't kill this beautiful baby. It's a new baby. And you should be happy that some people now are able to take your party beyond where it was when you left it. So I left NCP quietly. Peter Obi right now is not in control of the party that came third, according to INEC. It's not me, according to INEC. A party that, and a man that many people did not give a chance to go that far. It stunned many of us. It surprised us. And I believe he still has many surprises that he can pull. He's not in control of Labour. Those who are saying, former President Goodluck Jonathan will run on the platform of PDP, I doubt. Because those who are determined to kill PDP, they are still very much entrenched. Those who are saying, okay, he and former Governor Peter Obi are meeting. It's normal for politicians to meet. They meet all the time. The other day, when we saw the picture of Senator Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, people said he's going to dump NNPP and he's going to APC. People speculate a lot. This is not a time to speculate. This is a time to focus and strategize. So all this noise about this will go there, let people go. In a democracy, if you cannot agree on consensus, then let there be primaries. Let them go to open, and whosoever wins, so be it. That is my attitude to it. But all these claims and counter-claims is a distraction. And we know, I can tell you, we know those who are behind some of these things. And when will it end? Why would the ruling party be scared to face opposition? Opposition, I don't care. If we run a free and fair election and Tinubu wins, so be it. But allow a free and fair election. In fact, that's the only legacy he can bequeath. The only reason former President Goodluck Jonathan could be talking today or thinking whatever his handlers are thinking to come back is because at least he bequeathed to us a free and fair election. Professor Atairu Jega today is able to walk proudly because he did a good job, even if it was not perfect. So the current INEC, which obviously is supposed to be on its way out, I don't know what happens. If they cannot do anything at all, is to ensure that there are political parties other than the ruling party. Because if you kill all other parties, then we're playing with danger. When you frustrate, when you chase a bull to the wall, the bull can no longer go forward. The bull will turn around to charge at you.
All right, Chief, if I may comment.
Also what is happening all over the world. That is why some of us are bothered. I can afford to retire from politics and just go and mind my own business. But we have a country.
All right, Chief, if I can come in here, Chief, if you can hear me.
That we don't have a country. Please go on. Thank you.
Yes, the strong points you raised. So let's talk politically, maybe tactically in the politics now, or in the political conversation. So if you look at the pedigree of President Bola Tinubu as a leader of the opposition in Lagos, one thing is common, you can see in his history. First, he hasn't lost an election. That is a fact. Second, I don't think he worked with more than one deputy for a term. I think he had about 2 deputies. Third, it tactically immobilizes opposition in Lagos, which they are just a name. So these are just the inferences as to his political legacy. And I'm sure those of you who are in politics have this experience. So first question on this is, now that everybody knows that maybe this is his tactics of tactically mobilizing opposition, what is the plan by the ADC and the opposition coalition to make sure that you give him a run for his money as far as the next election is concerned. When it comes to the calculations, and whether do you think or not, whether he's going to have a home run, as some of these people have speculated?
Who doesn't know how elections are won in Nigeria? So let's go into all that sophistry. We all know how elections are won in Nigeria, and we all know what people do to win elections in Nigeria. That is not mine is allow other political parties to thrive. You don't want, excuse me, if you don't want to lose an election, then work for the people. You cannot force the people to vote for you. Work for the people. And it's interesting, the energy they are putting into frustrating other parties, if they put that energy into focusing on their renewed hope agenda, in inverted commas, I'm sure they stand a good chance. So let them put their effort. The thing is that they know that Nigerians are angry, Nigerians are not happy with them. They can do all the propaganda, oh, the economy has stabilized, everything is rosy, oh, the IMF is congratulating them and they are congratulating themselves. No. The economy, we will agree, has stabilized when the people start feeling the effects of the renewed hope agenda. But they are not feeling it. They are only feeling it negatively. In fact, every day they are adding more shit. In fact, sometimes I'm wondering, oh, do these people really know that they are going to come back to Nigerians to ask for their votes? The way they are carrying on recklessly, like nothing can happen to us. The reason they are doing that is that they know they will use the power of coercion and they will use the power of money. We are owing so much debt today. We are collecting more revenues today. Yet, the people are wondering, where is all this money going to? And then what are the priorities of this government? You are building a coastal road, fantastic idea. But a man who does not even have a bungalow wants to build a Burj Khalifa in Dubai. That money, give the same money to high-tech or whoever your preference is. Give that money to them and tell them in the next 3 years, before the next election, we want you to tar all the roads, all the major roads across Nigeria. Today, if I want to go to Ile-Ife, my ancestral where I was born, it is almost impossible. The road from Ibadan to Ile-Ife, the road from Ibadan to Iwo, the road from Ibadan to Oyo Alaafin, the road from Ibadan to Ogbomoso, to Ilorin, to Jeba, to all of them, they are virtually impossible. The road to my father's village in Edo State, the other day, I went from Shagamu to Ijebu-Ode, to Ore, to Benin, to Okada, before cutting it to Iyere in Owanis local government. I could not believe we were in the 21st century. So what are the priorities of these people? Nobody is fighting them. We're not fighting. This is an academic exercise. Let them answer. I know they have more than enough propagandists in the villa to come tomorrow. Let them come and answer those questions. Why can't we fix all those roads? Electricity remains epileptic. We used to complain about others. Today, the price of petroleum products are the highest ever in the history of Nigeria. Foreign exchange rates, for those of us who publish and we print and we need to buy things abroad, you buy paper abroad, you buy ink abroad, you buy stitches abroad, you go to printers abroad to have maximum quality and be able to compete in the world. Today, a magazine in Nigeria will probably cost over 100,000 naira by the time you go through all those things. Air freight and so on. So we are feeling pain that our government does not seem to know. If they say they care, okay, but they don't seem to know. They say he who feels it knows it. So that's the thing. Nobody is fighting any government.
Yes, Chief.
The least that I expect President Tinubu to do is let him call all his foot soldiers who are causing chaos. Look at what happened in Rivers State. There were no bullets fired in Rivers State. Boom. You declare the state of emergency. Does that make any sense?
Chief.
Does that make any sense?
Yes, Chief. Let's see how
issues that ADC will deal with. This is why it's a convergence of opinions, and I'll be most excited if the party is able to at least stand firm as one serious opposition party.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, the way you have outlined these insights and points, it does look like the APC is making it easier for the opposition to perhaps have a strong say in 2027. Just because you've mentioned your party, the ADC as well, I mean, we have to get used to APC, ADC, and even one of the new parties that has been the new association that the INEC is bringing on board as well, I think ADA. But I was just going to ask you now, you refer to the ADC as, quote, the beautiful baby. I believe it's a beautiful baby that has matured men in it. So I'm just wondering how those eagles are going to play out as we begin to count down to 2027. Plus the issue of zoning, there's those who say, look, I mean, Chief, you should allow somebody from the south or south, you know, to complete the 4-year term and all of that. So I wonder what your position will be on those two issues.
You see, the lazy ones are the ones who keep pushing this issue of zoning. Some people will blame PDP for not zoning to the south the last time. Meanwhile, they were the ones who threw it open, that everybody should buy a ticket. That's why I bought the ticket. And of course, I didn't win one vote. So before they remind me that I didn't win a vote. But I've been a presidential candidate in the past, and I'm very proud of my achievement. I've contested the highest election in Nigeria. Those who spend billions have not been able to come on any ticket with all their billions. And I recorded about 26,000 votes nationwide. You can fact check me. So zoning is totally irrelevant to the Constitution of Nigeria. That is why anybody can contest today. Nobody can stop you. If you decide today that you want to contest and you have a party and a platform, so be it. That's what will happen. You see, they are trying to rewrite our Constitution through the party. The parties have their own private arrangement, which is their own personal strategy. The strategy of every party is personal to the party. If ADC decides to go south, I have no problem. They have more than enough competent people. At least I know that Peter Obi has been associating with ADC. If former President Goodluck Jonathan decides that he wants to come to ADC and they have an arrangement or is ready to go to the convention and contest the ADC primary, so I have no problem with it. I'm a Democrat. So all this issue about let somebody complete, it's like saying a child, a student has failed in a class, but you have said, let's just allow him to move to the next class because of where he comes from. It's mental laziness, nothing else. Everybody who wants to contest will contest as guaranteed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So let everybody who wants to zone, let them zone. Nobody has stopped them. PDP has zoned, but you and I know that PDP is going nowhere. Some people have effectively hijacked PDP, and PDP, quote me, President Govt is not a stupid man. He's a very wise man. He's an academician who knows how to do his own research and investigation. And he knows that PDP is a dead. So all these distractions, people just talking, PDP we are adopting. Has PDP even adopted itself? Do you think those who are moving away from PDP are stupid? Those who labored so hard, those who funded PDP, they are abandoning PDP in droves and going away and leaving the carcass behind. So you think they are stupid? Then you say, oh, Peter B. I have met Peter B one-on-one. He visited me in this office a day to my birthday. Last May 15th, we were here. And I know he's not a foolish man. He's one of the smartest politicians of this century in Nigeria. He's smart. And he knows that PDP is the best. What they want to do is they will lure everybody. And when you have committed yourself, then boom, they will dash your hopes. Anybody who is smart today knows that you must look in the direction of the APC coalition. Anything else is a waste of time and is dead on arrival. I guarantee you on that.
Oh, the verdict on the PDP is getting worse by the day from those of you who are members of the party. But as we wind down, two questions in one, Chief. And it's a direct question, if you can answer in 2 minutes. One is, do you trust INEC, whoever is going to lead INEC, to conduct a free, fair, credible election in 2023? That's one. Two, if you were to rate Bola Tinubu's performance as president on a scale of 1 to 10, what will it be? That would be my last question for you.
Well, on the case of INEC, no woman can ever trust any witch who has killed a child before. INEC is like a witch in Nigeria that keeps dashing our hopes and wasting the lives of our children. So I cannot say I trust them. But you also cannot read where you are not really in contention. You can see what happened in Lagos the last time. The only rigging that could have been done was to reduce the number of votes recorded by Labour Party. Same thing in Osun State. You can see that despite the fact that the president's ancestral root is in Iragbiji in Osun, they still could not win in Osun State. So I am assuring you that INEC cannot change where you go 0 to 1 million. Of course, there will be breakdown of law and order. So INEC too is very careful. Even the police, who they can coerce into doing some mago-mago for them, it's the same thing. Today, if I were the president of Nigeria, there is something you must call instantly. The issue of insecurity. Our soldiers are among the best in the world. I interacted with them in Liberia, in Sierra Leone. I used to visit them in Sierra Leone in those days. Interestingly, Professor Adeniji was the one in charge of the operations at that time. And we used to go, and if you see the way Sierra Leoneans, Liberians, everywhere respected our soldiers. They have to be properly funded. You must give them incentives. Who wants to die for a country that does not care about them? So you must give them incentives. And I can see that things are beginning to improve, but we need to do much more. The way people are dying, now people just move on. They will just announce 100 people, mass burial, and everything moves on as if it is normal. We have to solve that. Then on the issue of the economy, you cannot continue to pile up burden on Nigerians and expect that they will be happy. It's impossible. Then number 3, the issue of profligacy. Nigerian government continues to operate as if every day is Christmas. They want to practice capitalism without capital. You want to be an American president in a poor, impoverished country. It's not acceptable. We're living large. It's like a bazaar. The politicians are not showing good examples to the ordinary people that they are begging to sacrifice. Sacrifice must cut across. But what we see is the infrastructure. I can't see any sense of urgency right now.
Okay.
Any serious government, as I mentioned already, will go across Nigeria, within Nigeria, not coastal. Coastal road, is, for me, is very elitist. We need to reach out to the ordinary people, the farmers, the teachers, and so on and so forth.
We're
and
totally
make sure that people can earn a decent living. Thank you.
Yeah, Chief. He didn't give me. I like the way you did it. You didn't just give me a number. You just gave me sectoral. But give me a number. 1/10. Sorry, over 10 rather.
Oh, you want me to continue? Oh,
No. I didn't say you should continue. Just give me a number. Rating him on a scale of 10. Just give me a number. That's all.
Oh, scale to 1 to 10. I thought you said I should give you what the president should do.
Oh.
The line is not very clear. I'm just...
Okay, that's the final one. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate him?
This government?
Yes.
Oh, I'll give them maybe 3 out of 10.
Wow.
There is so much to be done, and they are not doing it. They are more concerned about power. Power grabbing, and all that. For me, that is not why they came to power.
Okay.
They should spend more time now focusing on the work assigned to them by Nigerians.
All right, Chief. Talking to you is always a delight because no matter who asks is God, you make your voice heard. You've seen it all. Chief Dele Momodu, a former presidential candidate and aspirant, as well as a top politician and a journalist publisher. Thank you, sir, for coming through for us. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Oh, I thank you for having me once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Amen. All right, I'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring a nexus between politics and national security. So we have a politician and a security expert joining us in just a moment. Stay with us.